Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Katherine.Kelly. I am the owner and founder of Soul Health Essentials, the Oils of Evolution. And I know that I haven't posted for a while. COVID and all kinds of things were getting in the way. And yet we have been gearing up for a while to kind of relaunch Soul Health Essentials. And I wanted to introduce myself and tell you who I am, what I do. So I am a holistic health psychologist. I have been doing therapy work for 38 years, a long time. But, part of the reason I launched this company is because after 38 years of knowing what people need and what people struggle with, I wanted to provide extra tools. I wanted to help people from an aromatherapy perspective and a sacred sense perspective understand some of the things you can do to supplement the work that you do. Now, one of the ways that I do this, again, is I come up with the name of an oil or in a blend because of what might need to happen. So I've got several right in front of me. I'm going to pick this is really my signature blend. This is the one that started it all, and it's called Soul Centered. I don't know if you can read that. It's called Soul Centered. And what I did was I realized people need to get centered. People need to feel like they are grounding themselves and centering themselves in order to do their work. How much is going on in our world right now that is just uncentering or decentering? And so this was actually about 8 years ago that I started this process of creating blends. And so soul centered is one of those things where I wanted people to feel very grounded, very centered, very sacred, very able to kind of pull themselves together so that they could focus and do their work. So I created the name. I created the top three words that I wanted people to feel. And on this one, it's ground, focus, and relax. And you'll notice that on the labels that I don't know if you can see this, they're right here. The light's a little bit too bright to see them. But I created the top three words of what I want people to experience. And then I just do the research for the kinds of oils and essential oils that might work to create and really capture the essence of those words and the name. And then I leave it alone for about a month. And the reason I do that is I want to meditate with it. I want to intuitively use my senses to be able to bring the right blend of oils together to create the energy of the essence of the name and those three words. So it's a bit of a process to create these blends because I know what people need through creating the name. I want, again, to create the essence, the descriptors through those three words. And then I do meditation and I use my own spiritual awareness and I use my own intuitive skills to help pull through and pull together these oils. And then after that month or so is done, I come together with the mound of different oils that might need to come together, and I start experimenting for putting a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and putting those energies together until I find the one that aligns the most for the name and for those three descriptors. And that is exactly how I do this. So I use intuitive skills, I use science, I use a lot of my own kind of awareness of what needs to happen for a person through the psychological perspective, and I pull things together. Now, I am a holistic health psychologist. Like I said, I've been doing work in the mental health field for 38 years. I've been doing soul healing work for probably 20 some years. I can't even really count. Because I've been trained at the Mind Body Institute of Harvard University when it first was out there. I have taken pranic healing classes. I've taken Reiki classes. I've taken crystal healing classes. I've taken various forms of different kinds of holistic health and spiritual health kinds of classes. And so energetically, I've used all of that to combine my wisdom and my knowledge to be able to put it together for these oils. So soul centered is one of my own favorite because, again, doing the work that I do, I want to feel grounded. I want to feel centered. I'm going to show you several of the blends that I have, and I have roller balls. So roller balls are basically oils that, for those of you who don't know, roller ball oils are essential oils that have been placed within what's called a carrier oil to basically dilute the potency of those oils, because some essential oils are so powerful that they could actually burn your skin if you put it on your plain skin. But a carrier oil will help quote, carry the oil in a way that is not harmful to the person that is actually using it, but you can still smell and use the essential oils very clearly within the carrier oil. And the carrier oil that I use is actually called jojoba, and that is the oil that most naturally resembles natural oils within humans. So basically, the skin that's in our hands is very, very similar to the jojoba oil. And so that's why I use that. And most people are not allergic to it. If people use coconut oil, a lot of times, if you have a nut allergy, you have to be afraid of that. But with jojoba oil, you don't have to worry about that. So the roller balls are basically created in a way that they have that carrier oil in them, so they're safe to put on your skin. And most people want to learn where to put them, how to use them. And the way that you do that is, in most cases, I encourage people to put it right on their wrist, rub it together. Depending on the oil, you can put it right here. Sometimes you can put it right on your temples. There's actually a fleshy spot between your knees, and that is a really good place to put oils as well, because there is like an energetic, it's not really a pressure point, but there's an energetic space there that basically allows you to absorb the oils as well. So you have the roller balls, you have the diffuser oils, which are 100% pure oil. You do not want to put these on your skin. You actually want to put this into a diffuser. Now we have electric diffusers, but I also, on my website, we have, I call them soul seeds. So we have these little they're pottery, and they've been fired, but they have not been glazed. So basically we have these different, this one's a leaf. I don't know if you can really see that. And these little balls, different shapes in here. You can literally put diffuser oils right onto these beads and it diffuses naturally. Now, I like to put these in my window where it gets a little bit of heat from the sun and it diffuses the oil a little bit more. But the diffuser oils you can put in a diffuser, you can put it on iPads. If you want to just lay there with the aromatherapy kind of wafting towards you, you can put it a little bit on clothes. But really, you want to make sure that you're more careful with these because they are more potent. They're 100% essential oils. You don't want to burn yourself. The other option is through sprays. And so I have a number of my different sprays right here. This is my Divine Wisdom spray, and these lights are making it a little bit more difficult for you to read. But so I have these different titles of these oils and these blends to help people understand what the essence and the energy of those oils are there to do. And so for Divine Wisdom, for someone who is going through a lot of their own meditative process, their own soul evolution process, something like Divine Wisdom is a wonderful spray to have around you in order to kind of anchor you and start to stimulate that divine thought and that divine energy to access that wisdom. So sprays are in basically a dilution of some sort of FDA approved alcohol so that it preserves the essential oil, because essential oils can go bad. You need it to basically be preserved in some way. And then the rest of it is distilled water. So I use clear distilled water, and again, I use as much organic essential oils as possible to make sure it's the healthiest possible and highest grade of oils. But with sprays, basically what you do is you literally can just spray around you and then kind of soak in the energy, soak in the scents. You can also put these on your clothes. You can basically spray a little bit onto sheets, things like that if you want to be very grounded, depending on the oil. And so you've got these three methods of using oils. Now, the difference between my blends and what you're going to find in a store or find online is that these are actually sacred blends. These are primarily made for the sake of health or spiritual health. Now, I have 8 different lines of these oils. And so when you go onto the website of soulehealthessentials.com, you're going to see, basically, you're going to see the Ascension oils, which there's 3 different types of blends under there. In other words, the 3 different lines. And then you're going to see the Soul Health blends, the branches of health blends, and you're going to have 5 different lines on there too. And so there's lots to look at. There are lots of things to really go in there and explore and see what is that you might need. But the difference that I would say this is the difference, is that I have done this from a sacred perspective. I have created these from a spiritual, soul-based perspective. So if you want to live a soul-based life, if you want to live a healthy, holistic life, these blends are there to help you. These blends are there to help you understand that these aren't just, you can't just go to everyday discount store and buy oils and have the same effect. These are literally synergistically created to have that blending of the energies of each one of those oils come together and provide the energetic essence of the name of that blend. So like I said, for instance, the blend that is made for the soul centered has different oils that come together energetically to create that sense of being soul centered. Individually speaking, if you had the ingredients from each one of those separate, you would not have the experience of having soul centered be soul centered. So it is all about how these blends have been brought together to create the essence of what it is that you are looking for. So peruse the site. There is lots and lots and lots to look at on there. And the Ascension line is the most spiritual line. So there are 12 oils on that line. I'm going to talk about the fact that there are two blends on there that a lot of holistic practitioners really like. There is one on there called Empath's Armor. So if you are an empath as a practitioner or a person from the public and you absorb a lot of energies that are around you, Empath's Armor is one of the top sellers because it is one of those that helps shield you from the energies that are around you. And right now we need that very much. The other one that I created is called Kick-Ass Karma Clear. I don't know if you can read that because of the lighting. Kick-Ass Karma Clear. And this one only comes in spray form because this one is potent and it's really not meant to be on the skin. It's really about spraying around you or spray smudging a room so that you can release unwanted energies and get them out of sight because you don't want to be living or working in a space that has heavy or sticky energies. And so this is a blend that is not only a lovely scent and a wonderful air freshener, but it's actually energetically going to clear the energies that are unhealthy around you. So lots to look at on the site. And I'm going to be putting out some little videos here and there, more and more, some information about what to look for. And this is like a sandbox for me. I have had so much fun working on these blends and creating these blends. And during the time of COVID, it was the perfect time to work on these. So really, we're kind of getting this relaunched a little bit. I'm getting my energy out there a little bit more for you to see who I am and what we can do to help you in any way for your soul's evolution or your overall whole person health evolution. And if you have questions, you can contact us. And also, just share this with your friends so that they know that there is a specialty line of oils out there that are meant for your soul's evolution and as well as your health's evolution. So more information to come. I just wanted to tell you who I am, introduce myself, and you will see more from me. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.